Welcome the champ, Lamont Roach.
She got a pretty mind, a Howard alumni. Here to talk about what's going on and why throughout every season. Winter, fall, summertime. You know she's rocking it. All the men jocking it. If you ain't a hater, you should be watching it. Care for the community.
Lamont Roach Jr. You are here on Summertime today. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It feels like summertime outside too.
It does.
That's crazy.
I think it has something to do with my show. Like, I think this just brings good vibes in the air.
Well, that's good because I like the vibes.
You like good vibes? Me too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. And I think it's especially important because yesterday was do you know what yesterday was? The 50-year anniversary of Rumble in the Jungle.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I was just made aware.
Wow, you be on the internet.
No. They told me. The people here told me.
See, that's
I
not
had
fair.
no idea.
I had no idea either. Honestly, that was 50 years ago today.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
50 years ago yesterday. So I think that's important. Like that to me says something that we're talking about. But I don't ever talk about boxing.
You don't like boxing?
It's not that. Well, I think it's a little bit like brutal. I think it's like I don't like watching people get hurt.
It's a gladiator sport,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a gladiator.
it hurts
sport.
my heart truly.
For real.
It hurts. Like, okay, let me tell everybody where I met you. So at the Boots fight in Philly, that was my first boxing match in person ever.
Oh, that
first
was
one
a
I've
good
ever
one,
seen.
a good first one to go to.
Did you think it was good?
It was. Did you see like even outside of the boxing, the atmosphere
The
was
atmosphere
crazy. It
was
was sold
good.
out.
Yeah. And then I met you there, and then I see like a couple weeks later that you're fighting Gervonta Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, we got to get him on an episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you excited for that fight?
I am.
What are you
really
looking most forward to?
Winning.
Mm.
That's what I'm looking for. Looking most forward to, like just shutting everybody up. The critics, the doubters, the haters, all them people who don't believe that I don't got a shot. It don't even be people that I can't win. People believe that I don't got a shot.
Why are they doing you like that?
I think people go with what they know. They see him. He's a star. He knocked people out. They don't
But
see
y'all
me
have
a
fought
lot.
before.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how he fights.
Yeah, I know how he fight. I mean, and I watch him too. At the end of the day, I'm a boxing fan too. So like, what I'm saying, I watch boxing and I see him fight too. So yeah, I know his style.
So, okay, you all fought before, what, the Junior
Olympics,
Junior Olympics.
2011.
So how are you going to change? I mean, obviously you all have changed how you box, but how are you going to change your strategy for this fight in December?
It's going to be completely different from when I fought him those two times in 2011, but it's going to be like a little secret.
Oh, it's a secret.
Until we get in there.
Oh, you're right. We can't tell him because
Yeah,
he
we
may
can't
watch
tell him.
this and get some tips.
Yeah, and he might be a little smart, might tune in.
Okay, we won't tell him any tea.
Yeah, we won't tell him that. But just know I'm going to whoop his ass.
Okay. I mean, I'm rooting for you. That's why you're here today.
For sure.
Okay, let's go back, though. Let's go back to your childhood. You grew up in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
How was that? And how did growing up in D.C. contribute to, like, you wanting to be a boxer?
Growing up was fun. I was an outside kid. Like, I was outside. Like, if anybody knew me back then, even a small kid, 5, 6 years old, I'm running around Detroit Park like I run it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know me from my grandmother's house. And all the old heads would be like, yeah, that's Roach grandson right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then my entire family is from DC. My entire family is from Washington D.C.
So y'all are generational.
Yeah, and we got a big family. So that's what people would say. Like, everywhere you go, it don't matter southeast, southwest, northeast, northwest, it's a Roach somewhere. So my childhood was fun, man. I was outside. I had the best fun. I had a lot of cousins. I went to DC public schools. We all went together. Like, so
yeah. So
until I
what
went
part
to
of
regular
DC
school.
were you in? Did you grow up in?
Uptown Detroit Park.
Oh, okay, by Howard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
by
familiar.
Howard Shaw area. I got in trouble in that
Did
Howard
you?
Hospital parking lot so many times, man. It's crazy.
You want to share a story?
Yeah. All right. So one time I got caught writing on cars with lipstick, my grandmother's lipstick.
I know the granny was mad.
Oh, she was mad for sure. She was mad.
Did you get a whooping?
Did I get a whooping? No, not really. My grandmother ain't telling me.
Oh, that's sweet.
She
You
ain't
got a
telling
sweet
me.
granny.
No, I mean, if any of my family watching this, I was I was my grandmother's favorite.
Oh.
She'll tell you. Oh, she probably won't, but she'll
Yeah.
tell me.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
that's sweet.
Mhm.
So does she watch you fight?
Yeah, she when she can, yes.
Does it not break her heart?
She knew her baby was gonna be a star.
But seeing you get hit doesn't hurt her?
She seen me get hit without gloves, and
Oh
like I said, I got
my.
a lot of cousins where we
Oh, y'all used to.
wrestle, fight, play tackle football outside in the street.
Mm.
So she probably done seen worse. I don't get hit a lot.
Oh,
just
you
to
don't?
let you know.
Oh, you're quick.
I'm
Period.
I'm very good
I know
defensively.
that's right.
I'll do more to punching than getting punched on.
Okay. So can you do this? Because I know a lot of athletes can like look at a person's body and be like, oh, you'd be good at this sport.
Mm-hmm.
What sport am I good at?
Track.
Oh, okay. That's the one I get a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think I'd be a good boxer?
I don't know. I'm not gonna say no. I don't know.
What am I too long?
Nah, that might be
that's
an
good.
advantage.
Mm.
See, I'm short, so
Mhm.
I wish I was a little taller.
That would help you?
What? I think the big man upstairs, like, if I was 2 inches taller, I think that would be unfair for.
Really?
I'd be a monster.
But would you be in a different weight class?
No,
Oh, okay.
probably,
Maybe.
but not too much of a big difference.
Mm.
Like if I was still in the same weight class and 2 inches taller, I'd be.
Period. Well, okay, speaking of weight class, I know that you are now in 135 for this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that look different for like do you have to cut a lot of weight or something when you're about to fight?
Pretty much. I mean, to the average human.
So it didn't change from 130 to 135 like your cut?
Oh no, it's a big difference. That 5 pounds is a big difference.
Really?
Yeah. I make 130 pretty comfortably. I know I'm tripping up, but I'm comfortable making 130. But 135 it's just that 5 pounds is probably like a load off. I don't have to. Let me see. My diet wouldn't be as strenuous. I have more room to put on more muscle. I won't be losing more muscle. Them last 5 pounds are probably like with the dehydration and everything, I lose probably body mass and it's normal body mass and muscle mass for sure. So I'll be stronger. I'll be more energetic. I'll have a lot more with me at 135.
Okay. So the day of the fight, you're going to feel energy.
Even during the weight cut.
strong.
Even during the weight cut, it's just 5 less pounds I have to worry about. And normally when I make weight, I'd be about 5 pounds out, probably 2 weeks, a week and a half before the fight.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
if I'm on weight for that last week, I don't have to worry about not eating this or not eating that or not drinking too much water or whatever. I'm gonna be super comfortable.
Wow. So it gets really strict in that week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me give you some context. Like, doing research for this interview is probably the much I've ever researched about boxing ever in my life. So you got to talk to me like you're talking to a beginner in this. And all my audience, like I have a lot of women who watch and now they're going to like you because you're on here. So we want to get them fans of you, right? So we need to talk in a way in which they'll understand.
Okay, for sure.
I think you're doing it though. So far, you're doing it.
All right. I
but
thought I was.
I want to know how you got introduced to boxing in the first place. Was it your father?
Yeah, my dad took me to the gym when I was 9. It was originally for my cousin. And he just asked me if I wanted to do it. And I ain't missed a beat since.
Really? So when you like were getting in fights in school growing up, like you were trained?
No, see, before I was getting in fights before I got into boxing. I think that's really why my dad took me when he took my cousin, like to channel the energy that I had because I don't know. I mean, if you ask him, I was a bad kid.
No.
If you ask my mom, I was a bad kid. I got in a lot of stuff. I got in a lot of trouble. I couldn't really like stay over friends' houses and stuff like that.
What did you used to do?
I don't know. I had too much fun.
Okay. Just a lot of energy.
I had a lot of energy.
You needed something to do.
Yes.
So boxing.
So boxing probably was the right thing to do.
And how did it feel when you first got started?
To be honest, I thought I was going to be the greatest fighter ever as soon as I got there. But
Really? So you always knew?
listen,
Okay.
until I sparred the first time. So sparring is practice fighting for those who don't know.
Thank you.
And my first sparring match, I sparred one of my good friends, and I knew him before. I just never knew he boxed because he played football with me.
Okay.
And his name is Mike Fox. And I was 9. It was probably like 2 weeks fresh in the gym. My cousin threw me in there. My cousin was my trainer. So he put me in there with Mike Fox. Mike Fox already had about 30 fights. I ain't had no fights. And that was my first time sparring. Man, Mike Fox beat my ass, man. It made me cry.
Really?
All that. I was just like, man. So my cousin was just, you can ask my father. My father used to be the cameraman. He used to be my trainer at first. So you can ask him. He'd be like, my cousin was just like, pat me on the back. Was like, it's all right. Like, you gonna get it. Like, you gonna get it. Then things started turning around. It started turning around.
It motivated you.
Yeah, nah, for
so
sure.
he didn't take it easy on you because y'all were friends?
No.
Would you consider you and Gervonta friends?
Friends? Probably.
Is it going to be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all. No.
Are you all going to be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
We both making money.
Wow. See, that's something men can do that women cannot do.
Yeah.
I would never.
It's a sport.
Okay.
If women are fighting each other for 9 times out of 10, it ain't because they got on boxing gloves and they want to prove who's the better fighter.
True.
Yeah.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully, I just make him bleed.
Oh, true. Okay. No, you're right. You're right about that. Okay, so then you had to learn about defeat at 9 years old, essentially, and how to handle defeat. So what are some of the things that you learned at 9 years old that have helped you? I mean, I know you only have one loss and one tie.
Yeah, that was BS.
Okay.
But I get it.
So how did it feel with those?
Yeah, since 9, I mean, for real, I just knew that even just the way I was raised, I always wanted to be the best at what I wanted to do. Like, so I played football when I was young too. And I was like exceptionally good. Some people would say I was very good.
What position did you play?
Linebacker and running back, fullback. Okay. And I played for a very good team. We in the span of 4 or 5 years, we won about 50 games and only lost 2.
Oh, wow.
We had a couple undefeated seasons. We had one unscored on season. So I was used to winning. If I'm doing something, I want to win. I'm naturally competitive since a young kid. So when I first started boxing, and for me to get beat up on the first time I got in the ring, it was just like, whew, like it was a reality check. And like, all right, you're not the best now, but you got to get this. So that was just like always the battery in my back. My cousin Bernard just always told me that I'll be the best to ever lace up a pair of gloves, or one of the best to lace up a pair of gloves. So I'm sticking to my guns. Like, that's what I'm sticking to. I'm riding that path out. And then I want to say when I had my first loss, let me take it back. So my first real defeat or first loss was probably when I lost my cousin. He passed away in 2017. He was my trainer. He was my trainer ever since I stepped in the boxing gym. He was my coach, somebody I seen every single day for 13 years straight.
That must have been hard.
Yeah. So if anybody knew that man, they knew he'd light up the room with a smile. He'd energize everybody. He'd encourage everybody. He's very God-fearing, man. So that was my real first loss. And I didn't know how to maneuver when that first hit. When he passed, I was at the end of a training camp for a fight.
So how did that interfere with your game?
I was like a little depressed. I just ain't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like going to see someone like a father figure every day to now, it's just like nothing. Yeah. So, I think my dad helped me along the way a whole lot because him and my dad ran the program. So when he picked it up, he picked up a lot of what he had to do and what my cousin had to do. He became the head of the No Excuse organization. So to see him push what all he had to do, I ain't had no choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
And that probably was another battery in your back. Is that someone you think, like, do you think about people before you step into the ring or while you're in there? Like,
yeah, for sure. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be right here, right now.
really?
I wouldn't be a boxer. I wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be none of that stuff.
What are some of the lessons that he taught you that you still carry today?
I have a good day on purpose.
Oh, I love that.
That was his. That was one of his monikers. Like, that was one of his staples, like staple statements. Because he got a few. He had a lot. But have a good day on purpose. Even like that just lets you know that whatever's going on, make it work for you. So I always try to adapt that. I try not to dwell on things and stuff like that. So that really like adapted with me. And I try to push that to a lot of people too, because some people need it.
Mm-hmm.
So
They do. We let a lot of things cloud our days.
yeah, for sure.
It's not necessary. Like, you can have a hard moment, but you don't need a hard day, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, so then speaking of a hard moment, how did you react with the Jamel Herring fight?
That was probably like
That was the WBO championship, right?
I just turned 24, fighting for my first world title. You know, I worked my way all the way up, you know, and I was living out my path that me and my cousin and my dad started. Like, going into that fight, I knew I wasn't gonna win on paper.
Why you say that?
All right, so if you go back, he was the champ. It was a top rank event. He was with Top Rank. I was with Golden Boy.
Oh, so they're biased like that? It's political like that?
It's political.
So they come in there already knowing who's gonna win.
Damn near. He was the favorite, the betting favorite, whatever you want to say. People thought he was gonna win. What else? It was, I think, Veterans Day weekend. He was a vet.
Oh, okay.
You know, he was a vet. They did a whole little story on ESPN about, you know, the tragedies that he's had and all this and that. So storyline is him overcoming everything, him being a Marine, and him being a champ and all this and all that, defending his title.
Okay.
And then here you got me, the number one contender, the young guy who might be outgunned by Jamel Herring, the champ.
So it wasn't a conversation on skill.
Oh, it could not. No, it could not. Whenever it got to come with me, it could never be that.
No, that's right.
The skill is always gonna be. The skill is always gonna be.
So do you
top.
feel like you should have won that fight?
So I think I didn't do what I was supposed to do to win that fight.
And what were you supposed to do?
Knock his ass out.
Oh, because you had 10 knockouts.
Yes.
So how does it feel when you knock someone out? I've never done that before.
It's like you should try.
Do you think I could?
Yeah.
I feel like I could, but sometimes
sure.
people try to say they don't think I could. I think I could.
There's places you hit people and they can
Where? Tell me where.
Right here.
Oh, okay. And it'll knock them out?
Yeah, temple.
Oh my God. That hurts. That doesn't hurt your heart when somebody's on the floor because of you?
He signed up for it.
True. I guess you're getting paid to do that.
And I get paid to do it. So it's legal and it's very rewarding. So when that's a good feeling though.
Knocking someone out?
Knocking somebody out is a good feeling.
You don't feel bad for them even for a split second?
I mean, I hope they get up. But
oh my gosh.
This is what we in it for.
Okay.
That's the...
All right. Well, a knockout for Gervonta. A knockout.
Yeah.
I'm going to be rooting for you to knock him out.
I'm going to be rooting for my damn self to knock him out.
Yeah, everybody will be. So, okay, so then you come back. Tell me about your comeback, because then that's when you fought Rene Alvarado.
Yeah.
And you won that one.
I fought a couple guys that didn't belong in the ring with me, and I disposed of them quick.
Okay.
But that's what I was telling, like, my promotional company, too. I'm like, dog, I don't need no tune-ups. Like,
Right.
I could have fought Rene right after I fought Jamel.
Really?
Yeah, like, I was telling them that, and they was like, oh, no. But that's when COVID hit.
Okay, so how did that change boxing for you?
Oh, that changed boxing for a lot of people. It wasn't, like, really no fights. So I was supposed to fight, I want to say right before they did the lockdown. It was 2 weeks. I remember it like it was like 2 weeks before the fight. And they was planning our schedule to leave, our travel. And Rudy Gobert Rudy Gobert, man, spreaded that COVID in that locker room.
Oh no.
Canceled all the NBA games. Next thing you know, we still ain't get a call. Was like, y'all not going. So I'm just waiting. Next thing you know, my father called me. I said, man, I know what he calling me for. I was like, man, I'm not about to answer the phone. I pick up the phone. He like, yeah, they canceled the fight.
Dang.
I said, oh my God, man, I was sick.
So what did you do during the lockdown? Train?
Train, work out, eat. I got fat. I was still working out
Really?
though. Yeah.
So what were you at that point? How much did you weigh?
I never weighed over 160, but I probably was close.
Really?
Yeah.
So you had to cut all of it when you started fighting again.
For sure. And I'm starting to look at some people sideways too, because they let me get that big. They seen me.
They should have been checking you.
Yeah, they should have.
But see, I have a thing about that, because like I just feel like, don't you know?
I did, but all I do is DoorDash, Uber Eats, lay in the bed, play the game, work out, and answer jail calls.
Yeah, but what's wrong with like, we had to protect our bodies. We needed a little extra.
I thought I was. I was
You
working
were.
out.
Oh.
I was just eating a lot.
And then you had to cut it all.
It's cool though. It's like once I got back into the swing of things and probably like sneaking to the gym, because we were sneaking to the gym in COVID. Like we was going in there, opening it up on it. That's because we got our own facility though. And we was
Where
going
is
in
that
there.
facility? It's in D.C.?
We got two. One is in Capitol Heights, and one is our original one is in Capitol Heights, and our newer facility is in Temple Hills, Marlow Heights Shopping Center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you all train people how to box there? Or it's just or what is
It's
it?
a boxing club, but people who don't want to box can come in there and learn how to box, work out, whatever the case may be, personal training.
And it's your father's?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Are women allowed in there?
Yeah.
Do women box in there?
We got a couple girls in there.
Oh, I want to come box.
You should.
Okay, somebody will teach me how to do it in there?
Yep.
I want to, that thing that hangs from the ceiling that you go on and
the
really...
speed bag?
I want to do that. That looks fun.
Yeah, it is. It's good for coordination, eye coordination.
Oh, okay. Okay, I like that. So, okay, tell me, after you win, like because we talked about after defeat and after loss, but after you win, like what are you feeling?
It's the best feeling in the world.
Really?
You gotta understand how much work we do and how much stress we put our body under to get ready for a fight. Even if it's a 1-round knockout, still gotta train for 8 weeks. Get strong, get fast, spar, get mentally prepared. You still got your own life to worry about. And then on top of that, you got to lose weight. That's the worst part about boxing for me.
The losing weight?
The losing weight part.
Really?
I swear to God.
So, okay, but are you not like, every time, like even the Boots fight, like, did you see those people, their face swole up instantly? Like, don't you have to... How does that feel? Like your body's not hurting, your face isn't hurting?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, you be sore.
Do you go to like the doctor immediately after?
Yeah, they have doctors on site, and then you see the doctor after the fight. For people who get cuts and like, big swelling and stuff like that, they'll check you out, send you to the hospital if need be, especially if you're getting beat up on. I'm pretty sure Boots' opponent went to the hospital after that fight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because wasn't his ribs broken or something?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. He knocked him out with a headshot after like a counter.
Yeah, but remember he got punched in the private part at first?
Oh, yeah.
He must have had to go to the hospital. But what I like about Boots is that he has a lot of showmanship. Like he kind of dances up there.
Yeah,
do you do any of that?
I don't do none of that, but Boots is special. Boots is a special fighter.
You guys are in different weight classes?
Yeah, he fight 147.
Okay. So who are some people that you want to fight in your weight class?
All the champions at 130. And then all the champions at 135.
Who are some boxers that you look up to that like you have studied in order to,
A whole lot.
Who's
I take
your
bits and
favorite?
pieces. Who's my favorite right now? Because my favorites do change. Right now, my favorites will probably be Inoue. That's the Japanese guy that's on a tear right now, undisputed in 2 weight classes. Who else? Who else is one of my... Bam Rodriguez, he's fighting on the Boost card this Saturday.
Okay.
Who else? Give me some more. I can't go wrong with Canelo. I always like watching Canelo fight.
I think I've seen him fight one time.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
Wow, so all of these people are 130, 135 pounds? Oh, they're bigger than that?
Yeah, I mean, well,
Oh.
Bam is smaller. He fights Inoue smaller too. Inoue fights 122, and Bam Rodriguez fights 115.
Why do y'all have to be small? Like, why don't before boxing you get as big as you can get?
Because people get bigger than like people be big. Like everybody loses weight.
Mm,
Everybody loses weight, and it's like a physical advantage, I
okay,
guess. But that's just how boxing been for forever,
okay.
for real.
So let's talk about Orthodox and Southpaw. You're Orthodox.
I'm Orthodox.
So let's tell the ladies what that means. That
So-
means
Orthodox is when you're fighting. Your fighting stance is your left hand and left foot is in front.
okay, and Jamel Herring was Southpaw,
Yeah, Jamel Herring was a southpaw.
and Gervonta is as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about that?
I don't feel no type of way. Jamel was like tall and goofy and you know what I'm saying? Like just not your average 130 pounder. He was 5'10", 5'10" and a half. And yeah, he's just like got a weird, goofy style that a lot of people can't figure out. Took me about a round or two to figure it out.
But you've already figured out Gervonta's style.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's I like fighting people that are like very skilled. I fight better when I fight people that are good.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
Okay, so here, this is what I want to know. Like, when I'm about to film an episode, right? Like, I get in the zone, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, I have to, you know.
I seen you try to get in your zone with the announcement.
Oh yeah, I did try. Well, I was in the zone on the way over here. I was in the zone when I woke up this morning.
Okay.
So here's my question for you. Like, what are the things that you do to get in your zone? Like, when you're walking in, right, and you got a rapper with you and you're walking in and about to get into the ring, what are you thinking? Like, what are you telling yourself? What are the things that you're doing?
I think I'm more like you. I be in my zone before I get there. So, because I can't tell you what I be thinking about in the ring.
Really?
Honestly, no.
And it's so loud and there's so many lights. You're
I
not
just be
distracted?
Tunnel vision.
Do you hear anything?
My mom.
Was she
it.
cheering for you?
Of course. She's probably the loudest one in there.
So she comes and watches you. Wow. If I had a child, I know you have a son. Is he going to box?
If he wants to.
Is that not going to break your heart?
Nah, because he better be good.
Are you teaching him how?
Not yet. I mean, but he pick up stuff, bits and pieces. He likes to punch people. He needs to learn how to not punch people and stuff like that.
Did he get that from you?
I'm pretty sure.
Does he come to like the ring and stuff with you?
Yeah, he comes to the gym. He does little workouts and stuff like that. He goes to strength and conditioning, and he goes to the boxing gym.
Oh
too.
my gosh.
Yeah.
So is he gonna come to the games and stuff? I mean,
Yeah,
the
he comes to
actual
fight.
matches.
He was at my last fight. That was his first fight.
Oh.
He was at, so he's gonna come to this one too.
What does he think?
Daddy's entering boxing. That's daddy fighting. Why are you fighting, daddy? So yeah.
Does he? I mean, do you like when you look in the crowd? Are you looking for anybody? Like, do you look at faces?
No, I don't do that. If I see a face, I see a face. But for the most part, I'm not looking for anyone because I know where certain people are. But other than that, I'm not looking in the crowd. I'm not looking for nothing. It's just tunnel vision.
And then when like, you know how, okay, you fight, what is it, 90 seconds? How long is like?
3 minutes every round.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go and sit in the corner and like somebody's massaging you and putting like Vaseline on you, what are they saying? Like, and are you absorbing the stuff that they're saying?
So I'm getting instruction probably from my dad and, the assistant coaches or whatever the case may be. But yeah, you got to. You better listen, take heed to what's going on in the corner because they can see outside of the things that you can see. They might see something that might be open that you don't. And it's just trusting your corner and believing in your corner. Like your coaches, they see things that you probably don't.
Okay, so what do you say when your dad says winning isn't everything?
It's the only thing. So he got that from my cousin.
Really?
Yes.
I love that.
That's one of the things that stuck with me too. Like he told me that at a very, 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 very early age. Once I started boxing, like we ain't doing this for nothing. Winning ain't everything, it's the only thing.
So you take that very seriously, take it to heart.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I want to pivot and I want to get into, because, it's really important for me to have conversations with people like you, but also like to talk about how people like you have an impact on the community, right? And it's no secret that right now, like, DC is off the chain. I know it's always been,
Tell me about it.
A little iffy, but right now it's off the chain.
Yeah.
Like, how do you, one, react to how DC is, but then two, like, impact these young kids that need some guidance like you had?
So, one thing about me is just I like to encourage, you know, anything that you can succeed in, that's the right thing. Go for it. Like, I like to give people, even if they do come to the gym and see me and I like to get a message that I work hard for what I did and what I'm doing. Um, if you have something that might be your niche, or even if you want to learn something, it don't necessarily have to be boxing. But if you take it on and you put your nose down and you do the work that's required, you get results. That's what that's what I pride myself on: hard work and results. But that's what I grew up around. That's what I saw. So I preach that to the kids, especially the ones that box, especially the ones that look up to me because of boxing. That hard work got me here. So hard work can get you wherever you want to be, as long as you believe and as long as you work hard.
And I think another thing that you have, a quality that you have, is discipline.
Yeah.
And I think that discipline is something that's hard to learn, especially for young men, like young boys.
Mhm.
What do you have to say about discipline?
Discipline is a tough concept to grasp, especially in the city, because there's so it's easy access to fast money, crime, the wrong stuff. And they see the results I'm talking about. They see it so fast. They like, I might as well just go right here. I can get X, Y, and Z
Exactly.
this quick.
Right.
So it's hard, honestly. We in a like very messed up state far as the younger generation, because it's so accessible to them. They see it and it's like, all right, well, he got this and that because I just seen him go bust a move. Let me go ahead and bust a move real quick. I might have the same thing. So it might start in the household, and sad to say, if it don't start in the household, it's probably gonna be harder to grasp.
Yeah.
So it need to be more outreach programs. It need to be more inner city, like real inner city, like events and programs to prevent that, because it's something that we gotta do. We gotta give them a outlet that might negate the easy access to the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Something that they enjoy, something that they can potentially see results from and see where they can go. And I think I'm a good example, because I came from where y'all come from. I wasn't on the South or nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't grow up on the South. But I know a lot of people from there, like my family, from some of my family from that side and all that. So it's just like I come from a different time period or a different era, but you know what I'm saying? I seen it. I seen it. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, I chose not to get into that.
And I think discipline is hard too, because like in the moment it looks lame, like it looks corny.
Exactly.
But then 10 years later, after you put that work in, look at me now. Like, it pays off.
They not looking at that time stamp.
They're not.
They're not trying to.
They're not.
But the wrong time stamp could be how long you gonna be in jail.
Okay.
So,
or worse.
yeah.
Knock on wood.
Uh-huh.
So what are some things that you're teaching your son so that he's disciplined and doesn't go the wrong way?
To listen to his daddy.
Period.
Man, I got a long way listening to my father. My father told me, my father a cold-blooded man. Like, I've been raised by like real stand-up men. So
that's important.
Yeah, it
a
is.
lot of people
It
don't
really
have
is.
that representation.
Exactly. Nah, it really is. And not only is my father a figure of a positive figure for me, but my father's a positive figure to a lot of kids. My cousin started No Excuse Boxing. He started training kids strictly to save lives,
Oh.
to prevent, what they call them, the YNs, to prevent the YNs from doing what they do.
They
You know
are
what I'm saying?
scary.
So, yeah, that's my Halloween. That's gonna be my Halloween costume today.
Is it? Oh, you're gonna dress up?
I'm gonna throw
You
on a
gonna put
ski
on
mask
the
and then put on
oh Lord.
a little sign that say
Hate
YN.
to see you coming. That's scary for real.
Nah, but that's what my cousin started the boxing program for, to save lives, and that's what and he was a firefighter as well. So he saved lives on the job, off the job.
Oh, I love
whenever
that.
you can. So
Sounds like a good person.
yeah. So and my dad always been like my friends, like my closest friends, all of them, most of them, like probably 90%, don't have their father.
Mm.
They all look at my dad as like a father figure, even if they haven't been around him for years or anything like that. But they all look at my dad as a father figure, and that's inspiring to me.
Yeah.
So what I adopt from him, I push on to my son.
Yeah,
Every
you gotta be
chance
that
and
person.
every day I get. Yes.
I love that. Okay, so controversial question. Not really. Do you consider Baltimore the DMV?
Not at all.
Why?
Somebody asked me that yesterday.
Why?
Because it ain't.
Why not?
It just ain't.
So where does it cut off in Maryland?
It
What's the most north?
Baltimore. You can circle Baltimore, take it out, and paste it beside the DMV.
So it's adjacent? Is DMV adjacent
to
the DMV? Like, it's not the DMV. It's similar. It's your cousin.
Baltimore can be a distant cousin
A distant cousin.
to the DMV.
Okay.
You ask somebody from Baltimore, they're gonna say they not the DMV.
Yeah, okay. But I'm not from the DMV. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. And
Okay.
I think, we just argued about this before you walked in here. I personally think that Baltimore culture needs to be included in the DMV and not Virginia. Virginia culture is like, that has nothing to do with DC, like, or Maryland.
Well, probably like certain parts of Virginia. It's like, okay, so people from out of town, like who were born somewhere else, would consider Baltimore the DMV.
I'd throw it in there, yeah. I would throw it in there. And I've been here for 7 years, and I would throw it in there.
Not at all.
I think it's very similar.
Why?
I mean, it's just like the people, right? Like, I think, okay, so like I said, I'm from St. Louis. I think St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit people are very similar. If we go down south.
In the Midwest?
Yeah, the Midwest people. If you go down, I mean, New Orleans and Baton Rouge, they're a different breed. It's different.
They the South.
Yeah, they're the South. But I think you almost can group all up east, like Baltimore, Philly, New York.
Oh,
I hear people
you're gonna start something. Oh my God. No.
I'm
so glad there's nobody from New York in here.
No, we do have people from New York.
For real.
I mean, here's the thing, like, they're different. They are different. But I think that culturally, we can group it. Like music, fashion.
No. Not at all.
Fine.
No.
Why not?
What's Baltimore's music? What's their music?
It's like that house stuff, right?
Like the super fast upbeat.
Yeah.
Where that's at down here?
What was DC music? Go-go. Okay, go-go.
And free car rap.
I'm not sure what that is.
What?
What's it called?
Free car music.
Okay. Free call sounds like
free car.
Oh, free car. What's that? Give me an example.
YN music.
Okay. Yeah. That's everywhere though. Everybody's making that right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it's different. Like YN music here ain't the same as YN music in Chicago.
No, it's not.
It ain't.
It's not.
It ain't.
But they're talking about the same things. It's just the beat that's different.
It's way different.
Okay, but if you look at America, right, and you're grouping people together, you group the East Coast together.
You group the East Coast together on a larger scale.
And that's not including Atlanta. Like, it stops at Virginia. You're grouping.
Atlanta's the East Coast.
Atlanta is the East Coast, but when you're talking about like groups of people, you group the East Coast together and not Atlanta. It's
because Atlanta is the South.
You group Atlanta with the South. So now you see where I'm getting at?
Still a larger scale.
On a large scale.
We're getting smaller in the DMV.
And you don't count Baltimore.
Baltimore is just, they're just they different.
Okay, so this fight is about to be Baltimore versus D.C. You know that's how everybody's looking at it, right?
Yep,
Okay, so you're putting on for all of D.C.
I got to
So how does that feel?
feel great.
Are you going to
honestly.
fight in D.C. ever?
I fought my last fight in DC when I
Like-
defended my title.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know D.C. had a fight.
Uh-huh.
How did the whole city come out?
Yeah, they tried. Shit, I think so.
Mm.
It was very loud and it was a good crowd. It was a good night. It was a real
What was
good
it at the
night.
Capitol?
It was at ESA where the Mystics play.
Oh, okay. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have the No Excuses gym. How else can people support you other than obviously watching the fight?
Paying for the fight.
Okay. And what else? Like, do you have any things going on outside of?
Yeah, we're gonna drop some merch.
Oh, cool.
Yep, we're gonna drop some merch. We're gonna partner with some pretty cool brands, and we're gonna end up branching off with the merch on their end, like you know what I'm saying, with what they have to incorporate.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? I'm gonna start a podcast.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm
That's
start
going to
a
be
podcast.
good.
Yeah.
What kind of things are you going to talk about?
Mainly boxing, but it's
Okay.
gonna be like lifestyle boxing, and I'm gonna have special guests to come on and talk about probably current events.
I
and stuff
love
like
that. That's so cool.
And my brother's gonna be my co-host.
Oh, I
and
love that.
He's gonna be everyone's antagonist, so everybody is gonna love to hate him. So that's really gonna
fun.
be
Fun.
because he's crazy.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, I'm excited. What's it going to be called?
I don't know yet.
When
I
are you
think
dropping it?
I'm gonna come. We're gonna debut after the fight. So
Okay.
we're gonna do my victory.
Yep.
We're gonna do my victory
Another dope.
introduction podcast show. And we're gonna go crazy.
So is the fight going to happen on December 14th or not?
So for everybody asking, to me, it'll be news that is being moved.
Okay.
Last time I checked, it's supposed to be December 14th.
Okay.
And again, it's not my promotion. It's their promotion. PBC. I'm not signed with PBC. I'm a free agent. That means I don't have a promoter. So I get the news when they tell me the news.
Mm.
So I'm still in the gym. I'm training. I'm working hard for December 14th. Until they call me and say it's off, or not off because we're going to fight, sign contracts.
Mm-hmm. It's
Until it's
postponed.
postponed, then I will let people know.
Okay, well, we're going to be rooting for you December 14th.
Yes.
I'm excited. You're going to win.
You should come.
I will come.
All right.
I definitely will come.
It's gonna be crazy.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on Sommer
Thank
Time
you.
today. I
Thank
appreciate
so
you.
much. Yes, thank you for having me.
This was great. I
Yeah.
learned so much about boxing.
You're gonna learn more in
I am.
the upcoming weeks and months, and when I whoop his ass,
And when you drop your podcast.
and when I drop my podcast. Yes, it's gonna be crazy.
Thank you, Lamont.
Thank you.
Summertime.